So, as a follow-up from yesterday's conversation, I was just thinking about how nobody understands the political spectrum anymore. Like, they use terms like fascist and communist and socialist totally interchangeably, and that's categorically false because okay, so the extreme left is communism, which is communist totalitarianism, Soviet Union, although you could argue it never really was true communism, or at least not the way that Marx envisioned it. Now, keep in mind, Marx was a socialist Jew, and that ties into the whole Zionist thing, where the Zionists believe a socialist Jew is the worst kind of traitor, right? That's why they needed to be gassed and, culled from society. But yeah, before I digress too much on that. So the whole left, let's just kind of rewind here. So Canada used to be a socialist country in that we had truly universal healthcare. Dental and eyeglasses were never paid for by the government, I don't believe. Maybe, though, in the 50s and 60s. I do know that what happened there was that the AMA threatened Canadian doctors. I think it maybe been in the late 50s, early 60s. I remember Jack Layton talking about this, though. And I found it very, very interesting because what happened there, talk about foreign influence. Like, this is the hypocrisy. We get foreign influence from the Americans and from the British. And we always have. We've always done the bidding of our masters like good Canadian slaves. Ugh, I roll. But the point being, Canada used to be very socialist. And the American Medical Association threatened to not recognize Canadian doctors anymore unless we allowed third-party American-style insurance, aka neo-fascism. See, here's the thing. Fascism, as defined by Mussolini, is more accurately called corporatism, right? Like the United States of Amazon. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk now being true royalty in the American empire. It's so easy to go off on tangents with this, but the bottom line is those terms are thrown around and they're incorrect. So in Canada, Justin Trudeau is not a socialist. He is absolutely a globalist neo-fascist, right? You see a theme here, New World theme. We got a real shot. The George Bush 1991 speech. I guess I was 20. And I remember George Bush going on about, we got a real shot at this New World Order. And I was like, whoa, New World Order, I've heard that before. The Bush family financed the Nazis. So, again, it's so easy to go off on different stuff because it's all interconnected. But the point is, it's no coincidence that people don't know. Okay, so socialism, like the Nazis, yes, they had the word socialist in Nazi. National German Socialist Party or whatever it translates to. I don't know the German. But they weren't socialist. The Socialist Party was the opposition party that they burned their parliament down and blamed on, right? That's another famous, well, I guess just like incident of what was that? The burning of the, I can't remember it. It's escaping me. But Germany and the Nazis of Germany were not socialist, they were fascists. There was an American Nazi party, which was also fascist. Like I said, the Bush family, they bankrolled the Nazis, and actually, apparently they tried to go after them under the Espionage Act, but because it was banking, it got a free ride. Because that is the Rockefeller model, or not the Rockefeller model, the Rothschild model. They've been in the business of creating and financing wars for a very, very, very long time. Like, in The Princess Bride. Again, another truth bomb from Hollywood, where the achievable guy, what was his name? Vicini? Yeah, Vicini, I think, was saying how the art of creating war has been going on for a long time, like I just said, paraphrasing. So, here's the thing. Canada is no longer a socialist country at all. Like I was saying yesterday, I used to work for Pinery Park. Those jobs are now outsourced by local schlebbies that don't care. Like, that's the other, another misnomer, about how companies will run things better than government can. I've living proof that was false. Because when I worked at Pinery Park, I felt like that was my park. Like there was that sense of patriotism. There still is. Like, I recommend everyone in the world go camping at least once in Pinery Park, because it is heaven on earth. Like, we have so much to be proud of in Canada. But what we can't be proud of is how we have kowtowed to power all along. Like, Justin Trudeau is not the only one to lick the boot of his master. That's been our true Canadian history. Our untold Canadian history. There you go, Oliver Stone. You can do a Canadian series, please. But like Gordy said before he died, Canada is not the country I thought it was. It's not. Sure as hell isn't socialist. It's fascist. And it was particularly fascist when Justin Trudeau called for the Emergency Act to be invoked, which is supposed to be a big deal. Like, not truck drivers honking horns peacefully. They weren't misogynists. They weren't racist. In fact, most truck drivers are Indian. I think it's 75%. So, what we need is a return to more socialism. Canada is the richest country in the world. We have all the resources. What we lack, what we seriously lack, is leadership on every the political parties during COVID all failed. They all towed the party line. Then no one questioned the Fauci and accepted the Fauci science. That's a fascist narrative. Like, that's proof positive that we don't have a problem with socialism. We have a problem with fascism. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. Something to think on, kids.